We are talking ETC. They are skyrocketing right now, up almost 8% compared to the overall cryptocurrency market, which is up 5.43%. So this is definitely looking very good. The technicals are signaling we are looking for a breakout up to that $95 to $100 mark that I've been pointing out pretty much in every single video. But we have a lot to go over, so I don't want to waste any time getting into it. But first, big shout out to all my ETC hodlers, as well as happy Memorial Day, and big shout out to all the vets that have served this country. If you have sacrificed or not, I do think everybody has sacrificed just by serving, so I want to put that message out there. But first things first, getting into it, like I said, the cryptocurrency markets are up 5.43% on average across the board today, compared to ETC up 8.09%. As of right now, we just crossed the $70 threshold. So there's a lot to go over in this video, so I'm gonna try to go fast because I don't want to make this a 20-minute update video. But we have the Ethereum Classic hash rate at 27.28 TH/s. So this is a given. We are going back up. We're kind of in this roller coaster type trend. But once we do see this start to break out even more, probably up to about 28.5 to 29, that should signify that we are looking for a breakout, because this is the number one leading indicator as to what I am looking at for a breakout, along with everything else. But the hash rate is important here. So if you guys don't know about it, just Google it. I don't want to go too deep into it. I talk about this every single video, so it's like I'm beating a dead horse here. But we do have some big news as well. The Miami to host largest cryptocurrency conference in history. Conference organizers expect upwards of 50,000 attendees. And it says Miami is hosting a largest ever cryptocurrency conference this week, in a sign that what was once dismissed as a passing fad is now going mainstream. The conference, which runs from June 3rd to June 5th at the Mana Convention Center in Miami's Wynwood neighborhood, brings hosts of reputable attendees, including Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey and Miami Mayor Francis Suarez, who said he wants to make the city a crypto hub. So that is pretty good there. And they said they rescheduled it from Los Angeles April 30th to May 1st due to COVID-19 policies. And it looks really good. Mayor Suarez told Fox Business in January he is looking into allowing citizens to pay taxes and fees to the city in Bitcoin. So this is overall good for ETC, especially just because they're the most undervalued cryptocurrency on the whole stock market, especially once Ethereum goes to Ethereum 2.0. But the fact this is getting more widespread adoption, and Florida is one of the biggest states as far as population in the country. So if they adopt it, many states will be next to start adopting it. So that does look good there. I just want to point this out. This is one of the bigger news headlines that is actually out as of right now. Now, as far as the technical analysis, though, I do want to get into this a little bit more in depth. You can see we have this channel forming, right? You have this trend line that I point out in other videos, but you have this trend line right here, and then you have your base level that is right here that we have been approaching. I'm not going to mark another, line on here. I just did. But the $70 mark, we have this channel, this support level that is riding upwards. Once we do break out past this resistance level at $70, then we are cleared to head to 77 is our next stop. But after that, to about $95 to $100. What did I just do there? It's supposed to be right there. But to about $90, $90 to $100, $95 to $100, whatever you want to call it. But in that range. And we'll have to clear the $83.50 mark, but I don't see that as a major resistance level whatsoever. As far as the RSI, we are starting to go into overbought territory. Not something I really like to look at unless we start to shoot up on ETC and the RSI starts to go down. That's the only thing that I do like to pay mind to. But it is quite interesting, though. The MACD is showing pretty neutral inflows and outflows, a little bit more outflows, but the CCC line is not above the signal. Well, it is a little bit. I don't even know if you guys can see that. It is a little bit. So that is a good sign for traders, but you really want to see this gap start to widen. So I do expect this channel formation, this trend line going up, meeting our resistance levels to cause a breakout to the upside. So I wouldn't be surprised if we open, well, I shouldn't say open because crypto is open all night, but if sometime later during the night we do go over about that $77 price target and head to about $80, $85, and eventually, like I said, to about $100. Moving on from that, we do have our 200-day moving average at $67.54. So we are firmly above that, as well as the 50-day moving average is currently at $66.27. So firmly firmly above both, that is a good sign for traders that we could be heading into a bullish pattern, because being under the 200-day and under the 50-day moving averages are a definitely bearish sign for any type of security or equity position. So I do think this is very, very good and does signify this rally along with the other technical analysis. Now, as well as potential downside, I don't like to just acknowledge the potential upside because after all, some of these videos might have an influence in some of your guys' decisions. And like always, come to your own conclusions, do your own research. Don't believe anything I say. I could be wrong, I could be right. We are right most of the time, but there is the chance that we are wrong. So go into this with a long-term mindset or a trading mindset. Make sure to cut your losses. Do what you got to do to survive and stay in the game. But like I said, that's not a recommendation either. As far as potential downside though, at about $65 would be the level I'm watching if you are trading this. Well, about $65.85, where we low ticked the day today. That is where I would watch going ahead as of right now. If we do come down, it's probably to about $65. If we do break that, like I've said in previous videos, it's about $60 you'd want to watch, and then 50 or 60 and then 55. 63 could be a good level to watch too, about 62.5, but I do see the 65 as a more reasonable support level that we would probably bounce off of like we've seen today. And a lot of this FUD about this weekend is going away. We can see this ETC is up 8.4% compared to the overall cryptocurrency market, up 6.81%. So everything is doing pretty good right now. ETC is faring better than most other cryptos, and especially given its valuation, I think ETC is still, it's ranked 20th on the list. Most undervalued crypto by far. It's the most similar to Bitcoin once Ethereum goes to Ethereum 2.0. One more thing that I do want to address before we wrap up this video is averaging down. If you guys believe in ETC for the long term and you are averaged in between 140 and 170, or even really 130 and 170, it's not a bad time to average down right now, since you'd get about 45 to 50%. The only reason I haven't been averaging down is because I wouldn't get a good average down. My average cost is $99.53, so I would get a 29% average down, and your money is probably better just on the sidelines to see if something happens. Relative that I do have a pretty good position that I am happy with and plan to hold for the long term. And that's the thing here. You really don't want to average down if you're not holding for the long term. Maybe if you average down big just to get out of your position, but I don't ever tell anybody in my real life or anybody ever to do that, just because this could go south or it could not. I know what I know. You guys know what you know. So if you are with me, if you feel me, if you understand what I'm saying, you know ETC is not significantly going down, and it's actually going much, much higher in the next weeks, months, years, and decades, essentially. So that is my outlook for this. That is just averaging down philosophies. Like I said, that's why I have my eye on the $50 level. If we do go down there, I'll get about a 50% average down. That'll give me more bang for my buck. That's going to wrap up this video. If you guys have not already, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as well as check out the links down below in the description for my buy and sell alerts. The one trade alone, if you had followed me exactly, and I don't recommend you guys do that, do not do that, you will lose money. But if you had, you would have covered your cost for the buy and sell alerts for about 2 years. So if you want to be a part of that, check that out, link down below in the description, as well as get up to $70 in whatever free stock that you want using the link for public. There is no deposit necessary, no linking your bank account necessary, and you can actually link a debit card. So if you guys want to be part of any of those links down below, check it out. And until next time, ETC to the moon. Peace out.